Okay, here we are again. We are back. Welcome. Come on in, sit down, have a cup of coffee, have a beer, I guess, depending on the time of day you're watching this. This is Alicia with the Struggle Budget, and this is the second half of my budget stuffing of my binders. I didn't want to make the first video too long because I went over my budget briefly and then stuffed the first two binders, which were bills and sinking funds of sorts. And then this one is my daughter's binder and an emergency fund, sinking fund, 1 month ahead binder. So let's get into this, see what damage I can cause today, since I can't ever get the numbers right. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to sort the money for the two binders, and then I am going to do a little bit of Happy Mail that I have over here. I like to do one Happy Mail, if I have it, per video. So this one is just the 1 month ahead, and this one is for the teal binder, which is my daughter's sinking funds for the year. Since this year she is a senior, it's $220. She is a senior, and I realized in January that there's a lot of expenses with being a senior, and she, you know, the cap and the gown, the senior pictures, all of the costs, all of the expenses. So I needed to start saving up for those things, because I can't really, I could, I suppose, but it would make that month pretty tough. So this, I'm going to move these over for now. Actually, they want to fall down, so I'm going to lay them down. We're not going to be using the dice today, but these are both from Janell Ray Budgets. I ordered these, and I ordered them a long time ago, and I received them in the beginning of July, and everything fell apart in the beginning of July when the power went out and the hurricane hit, and I got the flu, and I just couldn't get back to anything. I'm back now, finally. So this is going to be an out of season binder. However, if you noticed on any of my other videos recently, I'm doing a holiday binder instead of a Christmas binder. So I may just use this any time of year, because I like all of the savings challenges that come in. So I wanted to use them, but I never can probably finish this in July with what I have left over. So it's a thank you from Janell Ray, and a nice little minis, which I am playing on Mondays. It's a 48, save 48. Thank you very much for that. And this is her July binder. Oh, look, July, those look like Iris back there. 4th of July, woo, it's already passed. Thanks, Alicia, it's passed. But anyway, these are lovely. I will be playing this probably, like I said, as part of my holiday binder, because I don't want to wait. I want to play my games, all of them, right now. So there's the July binder. Yes, we're almost at the end of August, at least halfway through. And these were the other items I ordered from her. Get these off of there. Of course, try to hide the addresses, and that doesn't help. I put them right back on there. Okay, come on. Sorry for the crinkling in your ear. Sometimes I like the sound, sometimes I don't like that sound. It depends if I'm in the mood. Okay, yay, look, another mini. That's awesome. I don't have a lot of minis, so I appreciate these. This one is a save 40. And another thank you card. And here's where you can find her on YouTube at Janell Ray Budgets, and Etsy at Janell Ray Budgets, and on Instagram at Janell Ray Budgets. Well, that makes it easy, doesn't it? So these I had ordered in July for some of my holiday binder, which I didn't have a lot of holiday type savings challenges at the time. And I think I thought I was only going to do a Christmas binder, and then changed my mind, because we're allowed to do that, right? This is a pretty little snowman in the field. It's a save 50. This is a beautiful poinsettia tree, Poinsettia. They're not a tree, but this is what is on it. How do you say that? Poinsettia? All right. Ooh, and this is the same thing with a little pinker in color. That's pretty. And another save 65, save 50. I like these. I got lots to choose from, and a save 85. That's a bigger one. The most wonderful time of the year. See, I was very much trying to beef up my savings challenges, but for the holidays, but that's a save 100. Oh, Christmas tree is another save 100. I think I thought I was rich at the time. And this is Food Truck Festival, a little game, a roll, and I guess roll. Find your way through. How much are each food truck item, each truck and each food item, I get to assign a value. Well, there's not going to be a lot different than what's on here. Maybe I could do a spicy 10. Ooh, that's a pretty one. That's a beautiful sunflower for 75. Don't duck with me. For 50 plus. So there must be something in here that you can multiply by, perhaps. That one's going to be for my tax binder. Oh, and the Sakura pandas. Those are so pretty. I like all of these. I hope that my light is not too reflective on them in the camera. Hopefully you can see them. I like that one. That one's also a save 100. Man, those are going to all take me a little bit of time to get through because I don't have a pile of, oh, I like this one. It's double-sided. Look at that. I didn't even notice. 2 scenes. Sorry, throwing it around. I don't have a lot of the savings fund money, so, but maybe that'll change. Maybe I'll do some more creative financing and fix some of that. So I think I'm going to do the harder binder first, which is my daughter's, and it's not harder. I just have to make some decisions, and that's not my forte. So we had a snafu. I made myself a note because I couldn't remember what I was going to do. I had a budget change this month when my daughter went back to school. She asked for a tutor for her math already. She's in advanced math, way beyond anything I could ever do. And I needed to find someone. There's one lady that was available. She had 1 slot left. She said this was the fastest she has ever filled up in her 30 years of doing this. And she used to be a teacher at the school my daughter goes to, which is great. She knows the system, she knows the curriculum, she knows the teachers. And so she filled up quick within, like, I was talking to her on the 4th day of school and she had 1 spot open. So I grabbed her up and she's $100 an hour, which I wasn't anticipating. That's one of those things that you just don't anticipate, right? So $100 an hour, 2 times a month. So I have to save for that. I don't know how long my daughter's going to need tutoring, but that should be coming out of the school/band folder, which was $50 a check. And I have hit this really hard already at the beginning of school. We had the $500 share of cost for the band, and now I have this new cost. I didn't fix this budget yet to include the increase, so I'm going to go with 50 because I'm still okay. But I did have, well, I was down to $8. So here's my 50, and then her dad reimbursed me $200. Well, he reimbursed me more than that, but I'm putting $200 in this folder to compensate for that for this month, and then I'll adjust this on my next paycheck. So I've got a little bit of money in there to pay for the tutor, plus $50 for other things that are coming up, which they come up daily. Oh, Mom, I need this. Mom, I need that. Mom, I forgot this. My teacher wants this. Okay, that's great. So this one is, this is a unique envelope in this binder in that it gets its own special money, but it's also part of the, what do you call it? The, I guess, Snowball, the Snowball. And I didn't actually write it on here, but I had made that decision last night. So what I mean by Snowball So this one is fully funded. I was doing 65 and then I bumped it up to 75, and just in case I bumped it up to 85, which is her yearbook, because every time something comes in, it comes in more expensive than I had anticipated or last year. So this one has $85 in it. It's fully funded. And so that means I go on to the next one. Each folder, goodness sakes, each envelope in this binder gets $5. But what I did was I took the total of all of the folders that I needed for the year and divided them by 24. And that came out to like $220 a month, including this band binder at $50. So then what I started doing was, so then I divided them all, put $5 in everything that was due later in the month, and then condensed the leftover into the items that were going to be due earlier, like the band share of cost at $500 and the senior pictures. We're done with senior pictures already. Those were expensive beyond belief. I figured they would be, but they were beyond my expectations of what they wanted for their packages. So we got the bare minimum almost, and now I decided we weren't super satisfied with how they came out either. So we may, towards the end of the year, actually go get some other pictures from a private photographer and see what happens with those. I'm hoping they're not as crazy as expensive as this company was, because it was through the roof. But we had to go there for the senior picture, for the yearbook. So we had to go there. I thought, well, let's take some others and see what we get. This one is technically funded, but now I've decided, since we might do more, I am going to do another 5 for a while to see if we're going to do more pictures. I don't like these little envelopes, but that's what I have handy at the moment. I'll find some more later. This one is for the senior jacket. This one doesn't have an amount on it because I'm actually was thinking to do 2 things. Since I got that surprise this week that the tutor costs were now to be included in my school envelope, this one and this one I wanted to split maybe the leftover this month. So after all my 5s are in, everything that's left I'm going to split between the 2 folders. I'm pretty close on this band jacket. It says it's the high school senior jacket. It depends on how much stuff you put on it, what you get on your jacket, and how expensive it'll be. And she hasn't decided if she wants to do it yet, but that's going to be ordered in the next month or so. So I wanted to make sure that money was in there. Glasses are an ongoing thing. Glasses, contacts, eye appointment kind of a thing. I did just order her contacts a couple of months ago, but we haven't done the appointment, the eye appointment. So this is the cap and gown. I'm guessing at costs on these things. I have no idea. But by the time some of these bigger ones are funded, and by the time I get here, these are almost always all going to be up to where they need to be with just the $5. I did not start the binder this way. I started it doing different amounts by taking what I thought it was going to be and dividing it by when I thought it was going to be due, winter of 2024. This is an example of one. It was just a little bit higher, but this one I started out at 42, 250. I put some extra money in here to beef up the glasses, and now I'm like, you know what? She just got those. I'm going to include this in the $5 Snowball because I want to beef up some of these other items, and I only have so much money. So invitations, I don't know how much invitations are. I don't know. I guess they're more of an announcement than an invitation because nobody goes to, they don't give anybody room. I think you get like 2 or 3 tickets, if that, for the actual graduation. So this is birthdays. This is her birthdays in her folder rather than one of my other sinking funds folders. Prom dress, because we know those are cheap, right? Because you have to do shoes, makeup, jewelry, etc. I think you might be lucky if you had a boy in that case. This is for a class ring. I didn't know if she was going to want it, but I started saving for it anyway. And if she doesn't want it, we can put it into another category, which she said, Mom, can we make that my end of year art show fund? Because I need to do an art show and it can cost a lot of money. So she's in a class where she does artwork, displays her artwork. It's over the last 2 years. And then I realized, hey, maybe we should put some money away for a party of some kind. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I decided to start saving. Again, if I don't use it, I can put it somewhere else. I'm pretty sure this whole binder will be empty by the end of the year. So her art show could cost $500–600. I don't know. I don't know what she has in mind. So I did the parties. I did $5 for clothing. I did the ring. We did the prom dress. We did the birthday. Why is that $5 flying out? That's not flying out. It's just not in all the way. I did the invitation/announcements, whatever those look like these days. The cap and gown. I did do that, right? Yeah. And then the glasses and the contacts. The senior jacket is what we have open. The yearbook is fully funded. And school band costs. So this one I could actually move to the front, maybe. Get it out of the way. Pictures I thought were done, and I was super excited to be done with those, but now I'm not so sure. So what do we have left? We have 50. We only have 150. All right, I'm going to split them in half with what I have left. And someone gets an extra $1. We'll put it in the senior jacket. So we got 50, 55, 60, $62 going in this one. 50, 55, $63 going in the senior jacket. So I'm going to write that on here because I will immediately forget. So that's 12, 1, 4, 12. Let's put that in here. And then we'll put the 62 in the school costs binder because, man, this first part of this year has been painful. I should probably call that Snowball. So this is 62. To do that math right, 10, 11, 12, 320. All right, so that'll pay for the next 2 sessions at least, plus a little, hey mom, now I need this for class. Hey mom, they're doing something special at school. Can I have some money for that? Hey mom. Anyway, I'm happy to do it as long as I can do it. So that's it for this paper. I can get that ugly paper out of here. This is my month ahead binder. And I opened it up to find that I had just stuck the money in here from last month and hadn't funded it or hadn't put it in here and accounted for it. So this one, I started out a different way and I didn't have enough money. I started out by putting whatever I had left over in here. So that's why this garbage one is fully funded for a month. But then I realized I don't have the extra money to do it that way. So I was watching Steph's on a budget and she started it with just $3 per envelope. And she's been doing it a few months and man, it adds up quick. And so we're doing the Snowball. So this one is already done. So I'm taking that $3 and putting it into this next one, which is the cell phone for a month. So this one is getting $6 and then the rest are getting $3. And I use $3, she's actually using $3, but it's a pretty good number. It actually works out to be affordable for me. So we'll stuff this one real quick. Let's see, that one's funded. This one gets $6. I don't know if I'm gonna put these right here. They're all ones. Oop, I think I left it open on purpose and then I closed it. Decision issues, internet, $3. I think I'm going to turn it this way. It makes it a little easier. 1, 2, 3. And let's see, life insurance. Electricity. Some of these I feel like I will never get paid at $3. However, I have to remember when they're done, this one doesn't want to open. I can snowball it. Also, if I find more money, I will up the amount. You know, like magic money. Where do you find the money? $3 for, what was this one? Water and sewer. If I find more money, I will up it, and then it will grow faster. There's nothing that says it has to stay at $3. As a matter of fact, I would have liked to use 5s because dollar bills get to be very bulky. So at some point, I'm going to have to cash condense this folder, binder. Someday, I might get it right, or I might just be challenged. What was this one? That was gas and tolls. This one is home insurance. I pay home insurance and property taxes outside of my house payment because I did not want to. I hate these little ones with the little flaps. I'll be getting rid of this one soon. I did not want to have my monthly payment contingent upon paying my homeowner's insurance and my taxes. I know that they all go together, but sometimes money gets tight and you have to shuffle. And if I didn't have enough money to pay all of my bills, this one is the property tax, at one time, and I needed to make something a little smaller. That one was car insurance. Sorry, I'm not reading them. This one is the house payment. Then I just make those payments outside of my house payment. Now, if you get behind on taxes, they'll take your house. If you don't have property insurance, they'll force place coverage and put it in your, this is for groceries, put it in your payment anyway, and you'll still have to pay it, and you'll have no benefit of any kind of property coverage for yourself. So it's not a way to get out of it, and this one is for Cobra. I'll explain this one in a minute. It's not a way to get out of it. It's just a way to juggle money. Let's just say something terrible happens and that month is short and you can only make the house payment, not including taxes and insurance. Now, to do that, you have to be extremely disciplined. That's one reason I take, when they deposit my check, I put it in a separate bank account with no ATM card because I don't want to have access to it. So that what they deposit is property taxes and house insurance, just like it had an impound account. But I pay attention to the property taxes. I pay attention to the house insurance. This way it's not all completely automated and paid by the bank. This way I don't end up with escrow shortages, having to pay what they paid extra last year, plus collect for the next year, which can be a killer. I mean, I pay very close attention to those because my house insurance went up $100 a month this year. So that was another bill that I had to pay that I wouldn't have anticipated. And if that had been in an escrow account, they pay the current premium at $1,200, which they hadn't been, the extra $1,200, which they hadn't been accounting for. So they pay that, and you have to catch that up in your monthly payments. And then they increase your escrow payment amount by what they anticipate next year to be. So it would have gone up $2,400 total in payments if it was in an escrow account. And that's not including what property taxes do every year. So by me having it outside of my escrow account, just making the house payment to the bank and paying my own property taxes and insurance, I have much greater control. So I don't have a Cobra, obviously, right now. I'm working. However, if I get down to needing a month ahead, I figured I'm going to probably need to pay Cobra medical insurance for a while, depending on the situation. So I thought, well, what the heck, I will save for it as well. And it won't hurt anything to have that in there. It's not a current bill, but I expect it. If I'm using this binder, something went terribly wrong. That's my thought process. If I have to use this, there's probably things I did not account for that I'm going to need to account for. And this $800 could be for Cobra, could be for something else. But if I need it, I probably need the Cobra coverage. Perhaps I got laid off and don't have medical insurance anymore. So that's it for these two. I hope that wasn't too painful for you guys. I know this was quick because I'd already had all of my stuff written down in here. And then my daughter's binder, her special senior binder. because these are pretty much going to go away after this year, but then we'll accumulate some new bill, probably college, right? So that's it. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. If you want to contact me, you can email me. The information is in the comments section. I will have Janell Ray's information linked on the Happy Mail that we had. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. Thank you. See you soon.